So I found this cute little pie dish. It's pumpkin. And inside of it has the recipe. So I'm actually going to follow this recipe on what is in here. And then I figured since it has to cool and there's going to be leftovers, I can just top it and put it in the fridge. I thought this is a super cute find. Alright, so first we're going to put in a pumpkin. Well, not a pumpkin, but 1.5 cups of mashed canned pumpkin. We are going to combine 3/4 cup, I did all the pre-measuring already, 3/4 cup of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 1/4 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and 1/4 teaspoon of clove. So we're going to thoroughly mix that together first. Actually, let me get a spatula. Mix. You could use a blender if you would like to, or not a blender, a hand mixer, I apologize. Just figured I'm not going to dirty as many dishes if I just do it this way. All right, so now I'm going to pour in the 1 1/4 cups of milk, 2/3 cups of evaporated milk, and 3 lightly beaten eggs. Right. So when I get this mixed until it's nice and combined, I'm actually going to switch now to a whisk. Keep the spatula aside though. So I'm going to mix this until it's well combined. The oven is preheated at 400 degrees. And you're going to bake this for about 50 minutes or until a knife is inserted halfway between the center and the edge. And you want to make sure that it comes out clean. And you always have to let it rest. All right. So that seems pretty good and mixed. So I'm cheating. I am not making a pie crust. I don't ever make them. Usually my mom makes them. So I bought a box. And because it's pumpkin pie, I can put the other one of these in the freezer. So you don't need to pre-bake this since it's going to be cooking for so long. Make sure that it is in nice. And I'm just going to grab a fork and just do the edges. Actually, I don't want to do that either. So I'm just going to do little folds. Just so it has some homemade flair to it. Granted, the filling is homemade. All right, oven is preheated. I'm still gonna poke a few little fork holes in there. Actually, let me get this is so it's an easier transition. So before you fill it, put that on there. Give this a whisk again, just to make sure nothing's settled. All right. We're going to pour it in. Ooh, looks a little full. Hope my counter's just a little uneven. All right, so now we're gonna pop this guy in the oven. Since today is National Pumpkin Pie Day and the pie is cooking, I'm just gonna give you some 5 fun facts that I found on foodimentary.com. So the largest pumpkin pie ever made was over 5 foot in diameter and weighed over 350 pounds. It used 80 pounds of cooked pumpkin, 36 pounds of sugar, 12 dozen eggs, and took 6 hours to bake. The second one is in early colonial times, pumpkins were used as an ingredient for just the crust of the pies, not the filling. Third, pumpkins were once recommended for removing freckles and curing snake bites. Would have never thought. Number 4, the largest pumpkin ever grown has weighed 1,140 pounds. And the 5th fact is the Connecticut Field variety is actually the traditional American pumpkin. All right, so now that I just checked the center of the pie, it came out clean. It's still gonna look a little jiggly, only because it does have to set. I'm gonna take it off of the pan and place it here so it can cool. After it cools, it will be sliced and be ready to serve.